Then you get to your ads. Single video or single image, use video. So choose the video. If you have it saved on your computer, you choose it here. If it's in your library already, then select it over here. We'll choose this as we did this earlier. Then select the ad that you created. This is the creative. This is the thumbnail, which is the image that's shown before the video starts to play. You can select your own thumbnail that is automatically generated, or you can upload your own and then save it. Add name. This is where you define your name. Then select your text over here. For example, 100% cotton t-shirts for women. Get 50% off. Whenever you put in a discount code or limited units left or a coupon code, you need to manually put in terms and conditions apply. Without this, TikTok will not approve your ad. Now you can see the text is over here. Make sure the text is all visible. If it's not visible, if it's hard to read, then edit the video or the text. Make it darker so it's easier to read. You don't want people having trouble seeing the text on your ad. Call to action. This is the button that comes here below the ad. See, it says Learn More. You can select the relevant call to action button. For shopping, you can select Shop Now. This is one ad. So we can also create another ad and name it Test Ad 2. Change the text. So premium cotton shirt for women. These are just examples. They aren't actual ads. It's purely for demo purposes. But now see, we have two different ads. The ads are the same, but the texts are different. So you can see which one will work better. I suggest using two different videos. Simply changing the text will not work as well. You can only add 1 or 2 lines here, so also keep it simple. Select Submit, and you have launched your first campaign. The campaign will go into review. This is the test campaign, which is enabled right now. When I click on Campaign, you can get into Ad Group. There is one ad group we created. The status is not delivering right now because it's in review. Here's the budget, the bid, scheduling, cost, CPM, and you can see the metrics over here. And once you select the Ads tab, you can see the 2 ads over here and the metrics. Okay, let's go back to ad groups. Once this is live, how do you see if it's working or not? So on this page, this is where you can see the real-time reporting. You can see how it's performing, how much it's spent, the budget, etc. Everything is here in real time. Let's say I select today's data. This is the columns. You can customize the data you want to select and see it over here. Let's go through what everything means. Total cost means the overall cost for the ad. CPC is cost per click. CPM, this is cost per mile or cost per 1,000 impressions. Impressions is the number of times your ad was seen, so this can include the same person seeing your ad more than once. Clicks is the number of clicks that have happened on the ads. CTR is the percentage of times people saw your ad and performed a click. So, for example, if 100 people saw the ad and 10 people clicked, my CTR percentage will be 10%. Conversion is the number of times we achieved a conversion. So depending on whatever you have defined a conversion to be, whether it's install app or complete a purchase, for our example, we defined it as a purchase. So it will show the number of purchases. CPA, this is cost per acquisition. which is the money we have spent for each conversion. So after spending the 2,000 rupees and there are 10 conversions, it will show 200 rupees, which means my cost per conversion was 200 rupees. Then we have CVR. This is the percentage of results that we have achieved of all clicks on the ad. So if 100 people saw the ad, 10 people clicked it, and 1 person purchased, CVR will show 10% because from 10 conversions, there is 1 purchase. Result, the number of times we have seen a result. This is similar to conversions because our objective is conversions. Cost per result, this is similar to CPA, wherein our conversion is purchase, and result rate. Then we can see in app event, this is for people who are advertising their apps, attribution, and page event below. Okay, so you can save whatever you want, save the filter name, and click confirm. Right now you can see mine is on default, but if you have saved a customized one, then it will show up over here. Okay, so here you can understand which ad group is working better. You can then select the best performing one and scale it. Similarly, if you click on Ads in Campaign, you can see the data here to see which ads are working better. Here are the metrics for the different ads. So when you're scaling, you know which ad works better and accordingly can select that ad. So that's how you create your first ad campaign. All the best with it. In the next lecture, we'll look at different audiences that we can create and how to use those audiences. Okay, so now let's get into audiences. What are TikTok audiences, how you can create them, and how you can use them? Go to Library, select Audience. Here you'll be able to see all the audiences you have created. Click Create Audience. There are 2 options: Custom Audience and Create Lookalike Audience. Custom Audience is define what your audience is going to be like. Lookalike Audience we'll learn later on. So let's start with Custom Audience. So click over here. It'll bring you 4 options. Customer file. This is where you can upload your customer file, and they will match that file with their users on TikTok. So if they find somebody with the same details that you uploaded on TikTok, then they'll be able to identify them. Engagement. This is where people have engaged with your content. So for example, this is the people who saw, clicked, and engaged with your content. Let's go in here. Here is where you select to include either impression or click. Impression is who has seen the ad, and click is who has clicked the ad. So let's say click in the last 180 days. And then add the ad group ID. Okay, so how do you find the ad group ID? In another tab, open up the dashboard and go to Campaign. Select the Ad Groups tab. And here is your ad group ID. So copy this and paste it. If the ad is not live, you cannot select it. But once it's live and there is an audience interacting with it, then you can select it. So once you have selected that, you can select the audience name and click Confirm. Okay, next is App Activity. This is when people have downloaded your app or done specific actions on your app. Like they have made a purchase on the app or they've bought an item on the app. That's this one. Then website traffic. These are your events, page browse, button click, form submission, consultation, download button click, complete payment. Complete payment, this means purchase. In the last, let's say 180 days, this includes this audience. You can also exclude specific audiences if you want to. So, for example, I can click Add to Cart and I can exclude purchases. This means these are the people that have added an item to the cart but did not complete the purchase payment. So I can name them ATC but not purchased, 180 days. And then confirm to save. Accordingly, this will help me to identify my audience, and I can show my ads to them again, or I can show a different set of ads. Like, say they added a specific item to the cart, but they didn't purchase. I can show them the same product with a different ad, or I can show a totally different product because there was some level of interest. They added it to the cart already, so there was some intent to the purchase. Maybe they weren't happy with the price, or the shipping charges, or the shipping times, so there was something that stopped them from completing the purchase. Then we can show them different ads and give them additional discounts, for example. And we can try to lean them towards making a purchase. So this was custom audience. Now there's lookalike audience. So what is a lookalike audience? You will tell TikTok a particular audience, and you will tell them that you want them to find people who look like my audience. So in source, let's say I select 30 days. I'm saying use my audience who have bought in the last 30 days and find people who look like them. Then contain source. This means, do you want to include those people who actually bought from you in the last 30 days? Or do you want TikTok to find new lookalike audiences to those? So they have never bought from you, but they look like the people who have. So either omit or contain. I would say omit. So this removes the people who have already bought from you. I do not want them to be in the lookalike audience. System, Android or iOS. Placement, select the app. We'll select TikTok. Location, select the country you want to target. Audience size, this is if you want a narrow, balanced, or broad audience. Narrow means they will be specific to your previous audience. Balanced means they are quite similar. And broad means that they're similar, but it's not targeting the most similarities. Then you can select audience name over here. And this is how you create a lookalike audience. Now, how do you use them? Ideally, you can use these lookalike audiences to show your ads that you've previously shown. For example, I am showing an ad of a specific imitation jewelry. Let's say I already have 200 purchases by advertising on TikTok. TikTok knows that these 200 people have purchased this item. Now I create 3 different audiences: specific, balanced, and broad. You can only select one per ad. So let's say purchased in the last 30 days, lookalike, specific. The audience will update and the size will show once it's completed. Then go to campaign, create,